Okay, fine. Good evening, everyone. So, ngasi dagi gravitation hogudani ka. Akoi hazik powda keno togre habidi akoi chapter ji matang torokum da units and measurement ka first chapter tore, then second the kinematic equation gi motion in a straight line, then motion in a plane tore, projectile kaika uniform circular motion kaika ka, then adi matang tak the laws of motion tore. The laws of motion, the friction kaika, the Newton gi first law, second law, third law of conservation of linear momentum, adu kaika do apply to the base of question me solve to free body diagram kaika me to the call the work energy power to re we have the definition of work done z another definition the change in kinetic energy do the work done ga manai kind of got to then again power gi another definition dot product of force and velocity vector and a car adain to the to then kuina the rotational motion to re ka rotational motion is the translational motion ga chap manai habidi magi ji tongan tong haidi my version ne ko translational motion the mass like the rotational motion the moment of inertia like ba so to no magi from the linear momentum like from the angular momentum like so my comparison me am to question me am hot creka and conservation of linear momentum like type the conservation of angular momentum like the rotational motion da then adu the based over question me am moment of inertia the based over question me am to great test to we ka every chapter test adum to lai so motion in a straight line ga motion in a plane ga first test hungre question 50 questions ka adagi di mathang da kuina laws of motion gi the 50 questions amagi test ogre then work energy power the 45 questions ki test ogre and ngarang sunday da kuina rotational motion gi 45 questions ki test ogre aduga sir na 50 de 45 to change like na kai have the another pattern hanagi pre covid matam gi 45 questions lo it's and every question compulsory obido adudu amuk hanjalabnina aina 45 questions song set tawune ko aduna handaki upcoming sunday da tawudribe test gravitation ni gravitation di it's a very small chapter yam tuna loini aduga kedo we have the gravitation ga units and measurement ki sarna no the already takrabani kedo vernier caliper or the screw gauge or the error gi or the dimensional kedo formula sing ka physical quantity singi or the kedo analysis to the dimensional analysis the accuracy precision significant digits blah blah duguma ma'am do loini mahang kani ko experimental physics ta the sir na tak to topic orgadi hangoi aina for example experimental physics da atopan aina no tak to ma'am am lai ko optics ki da ray optics da ke suno da experimental physics da tak ri da ko na ray optics da tak ke kai no optics ki mamangi the experiment da changa da kedo prerequisite of knowledge ma'am no da later ga da tak fakta ni ko aduna hazik phawda ina cover tawgibadagi experimental physics da hangba yaba question gaina sana dum khanjaro especially units and measurement chapter aina tahowdabada adu gravity ga punna club torga upcoming test number 5 the question adumaina gravity plus kedoba experimental physics ay tare ko adumaina lakani and then resistance ki the resistor gi da noina yam pick pa yam live question gumba dum musudum yarakani and still noina kay gumba experimental physics ki resistor gi kahene adum be the doubt layer ga di kahene adum noi sir da hangak pe ani ko ay hazikyu ina taroi ado yam live question di oiduni ko duga yam lu di hangwa tay again yam lu question semninga yaude kay no di ohms law the based over my directly proportional oiba my graph ye kumatam da plot to matam magi kay ni slope puthoga hotpe aba question arrive ngata ne bala ka do ka so that's it aduga fare dudi ka let's proceed ngasi si gravitation to gudini ka so sir screen share to rage duga to thars okay fine so akwai to gudu si gravitation to gudu ni aduna Kepler's law hana leire mathang the universal law of gravitation leire mathang the acceleration due to gravity leire ka si topic ke je zer laung tak to ke ka duga yam tu lo in si chapter ni yam pi e ka aduga noina khangdragadi sir adugi du khangde adugi du gyan ta de na hairakadam ni ko sir da aduga sir adum kitang tu na chat ke ka tu na chatragadi aina cover tawningi ba portion ma'am ji cover tawba ngamoidana sir su pakhat leba ka adugi so anyway horsey gravitation is chapter number kya hoidi no chapter 7 hoido mali ka chapter 6 phodi tawgre na ko ka kana numta yes no tai ta de kana numta kumo ne tabra ma'am
Chapter 7
okay yeah thank you so chapter number 7 ka kidawa gravitation Now, universal gravitational law han tawdingi da sir Kepler's law han atake ka. So Kepler's law. Chumnagi normal class ama haidi sarna ko chumnagi foundation gi type normal class ama oiba taragadi aina noida Kepler gi mamangi wari myam ama li dena ko tana ko kamai toraga Copernicus soi ko adugi mamangda kahani kai legi ba udagi Galileo na kai describe toramba adugi mamangda kai belief system lairami kaina adu myam do hojik naina roige ko direct point la ge na tragadi heta question yam pot pana ngudeba ana Kepler's law ji law hum khak lai ko. So Kepler's laws haitare ko. Kepler's laws. Actually there are three laws haitare ko. For first number 1 law of kaina orbits na amalay. And number 2 law of kaidoba areas habam lay. And number 3 law of periods habam lay ko. So yam live ni ko. Noi hajik tai lui na khanjan ngan ko physics se khwai de live subject na ta. Naina wakan kan ba tan ba mi gi di khwai de lu ba wakan kan ba pamjaba mi di khwai live subject ni physics mung live leite. Ang tang khang ra loi. Law of orbits. Law of orbits na kai have the every planet revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun at one of its foci. One of its foci have the every planet revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Kai orbit aba elliptical. Ellipse ki shape ta laiba orbit haibane ko. So yeng si kamai to ge na ko. So it will look somewhat like this. Yareka. It will look somewhat like this. Yarba. And then kai do we have matam dane ellipse size yerum gi shape se sigi shape se ne ko ellipse size circle again even circle masamak si kaino circle is also a type of kai ellipse side ne ba ellipse har ga di kaino ha ba sir hierarchy ko no di am live example am hierarchy ellipse have di no cone am le khala je ba si cone je nang na kakpa matam da close figure am ta ga da close bo ri ga it's an ellipse haidi for example nang si circle sumaina pak launa kakta leba kakpa matam no kai lakani sida kedoba sida asi perfect circle ta ne ba ko kai no di nang na sigi cone gi axis sida perpendicular angle di circle phang ne ba nang phai na ka eba phai na kakpa matam no kai phang ni you will get an nang circle na tab shape am phang ne ba adu shape to kai kawi adu shape to ne ba kai haise ellipse haise kai no habada again ellipse circle di natabra di circle ju ne circle is also a type of an kari ellipse ka ellipse loin challeba ada kai gumba nangna kakpa matam jida swaida ka eng khala jeba swaida adu gi sigi shape sidi kai kawi har ga sisina parabola ka weba ko parabola kawi habidi kai do wi ha matam da sisi close oi ngam dre na se kakpa matam da ko si factora ne ba se ana sisi kai no this is a parabola adu nang no kakpa matam da double haiti for example double cone haine ko kaina so double cone jin nang kakpa matam da sidaina si phowa saina ma chatlaba al same makha da su amma sumai laba du si sina kai koi hyperbola ka wei ko na hyperbola then parabola then kedoba ellipse auna ahum khak dai cone jin kakpa matam da ahum ji to pa kem le bia de ellipse size sida circle ju challeba circle is also a type of an ellipse yare ko so ellipse ta kedo we have the koina focus see kaidoba there are two focus auna koina plural the foci hai so this is f1 this is f2 and then sigi kaidoba sumaina sigi sisina vertex hai ko so vertex amdaina vertex ambo watching the line se sisina major axis kawi aduga vertex ki midpoint the ellipse so sumaina tangai khaidobu sina minor axis kawi ba ko so sigi line kaidoba asang basina major axis kawi and line ka tien bisina kai koi ba minor axis kawi ka aduga major axis ka minor axis ka jikai da kakna yab center da kakna yab c da ko center da kyan tai ko isa and then aduga kai do ba focus ana center gi left to right to like adu sigi focus is c ga adagi kai do ba let's say this is vertex 1 v1 let's say this is v2 c ga v1 ga gi mai da lai dura f1 jab da adu di leite ko abidi depend to ko mai da lai bus yor kani lai to yor kani lai to na nam ni ta depend to aduna lai ni have leite auna kai do we have da aduna kuina main wina kai do kai khangba yai have da sigi matang sida ko ellipse have si mana nanga kai do we have the distance low matam da ko ka maina low ni ha matam da let's say kai do ba sigi focus one sida nang na nail lama thamo ba ko cardboard suppose table lam lai re ba ko isa ji kitang phammi ko yoi ni taw ko munna let's say petrol kom hai ge ellipse ki matang da ko ellipse is very important I think sumain table lam lai re ta ko nang sida yopi ni thazalo yopi ni thazalo yopi ni thazale ko si na focus one mapa tajar ni masam than focus two ai sida langam ki ro langam ki raga sumain thamo now sigi lang je nang na kai gumana kham theng ching tho ga ne nang na si lang ji kham seng ting tho ga nang na si lang ji straight ting ga di sumain la ka ne ba ken dai ga si straight ting ngam ne si lang ji ko au na nang na si ani ji sumain na keno to matam da yek na mo na ko matam da ne si si ai gi ji adum si da sum ta bu di ta ni ba ko ta bu di ta ni but si kitang ai ne lang ji kitang sangman gre na lang ji kitang ten na lage ba ko yeng with the fazana ba shapes ai ne keno to yum pa si sana na ba suppose lang ama assign to lay sigi lang ji nang na chap long ting ga di kai bo ting be I have da swai bo suppose let's say swai bo ting be ya en khala je si straight ting am ni ko sumaina nang na yeglak pa matam da kai phang ni ha matam si yerum gi shape man bam phang ne ba sir si kai na da again nang na swai de ting en khala lang je si sumai straight ta som the thing agadi dum asida dum sida na sibo ka samna do ne auna habdi kai na habda suppose whatever point am low reba sigi point am low let's say point p ne auna f1p and kedoba f2p je let's say this is point p1 and let's say this is point p2 is the kedoba f1 this and f2 this habdi kai na matam da f1 p1 plus f2 p1 is equal to f1 p2 plus f2 p2 habdi kaino habda the sum of the distances of the kedoba of the point hai tare ko of kari any point from the two foci always same way ni si ma khangjalo gyan tai ta de tabra
Hi, sir.
habdi sir na haning is kaino matam da nangi hiziki kedo magi circumference ki type to lazy ko magi keno je akoina maths ki language to budi locus na hai ko my path se yerum gi shape to lay path se ko elliptical path se ellipsida lay point khuding mak se nangna kedo we have the ngasagi focus 1 and focus 2 dagi distance ani olakpa matam da adugi sum da always constant hoine chap manane no matter where you take it B1 logera, B2 logera, P1 logera, P2 logera, or any other random point am low matamda focus 1 ga focus 2 dagi distance ani ji manaroi dana manabji ai manadabji ai mayai or gadi manare ko natragan manatre but some do the constant oi ko adugi one ana kedo we am matamda koina sigi shape si ko no he wai top secret service daga thabak thoraga di again with medical profession the lay so let's say kedo we have the tiny so minor tawrame ko nang noi tarwa asigi tamza ha yes or no tadri ko
No, sir.
Tadre.
oval office na
Tadri, sir.
oval office na ma hainaba ma leibane ko oval office size kai no amatam the head se state amagi president gumba Russia gi president ga je magi anamana mai mi pham da phamba ga ja oval office na ta phamba ne ba yanda right oval office the pham mi ji kai no amatam da si di science ne ba ko science ne have di kai no amatam da sumaina magi ke do ya again this has nothing to do with the gravitation ga budi mari le na de but I have to come ta ke ba ko si the focus 1 ne ba ko si na focus 2 ne ba whatever focus 1 or focus 2 is they only have the focus 2 is the president money or focus 1 the president money whatever anijimata amma money aduga mi myam na kai doni ha matam da whatever aswai da focus 1 ge akoi bida pamalani ba sumain tor phamgira table je ko sumain tharaga mi myam sumain phamba mana si phamba sidang ngangna riba myam ja swai da amta ta dusne focus 2 da ta ne ba gyan ta rise sound ja direct the ye na anywhere f1 they would do give a pose ye shela si dam sang ne ba gyan ta rise sound ja nang na si da ye na si dam sakane si da ye si sakane si da ye si sakane som ye na si la kane halakane f1 they talk give any wave say f2 da id f1 da gi any direction talk give f2 dam chat level amna kai dong ni have the mina lot na ne to mina su long ngang na do si da yam ho na ta ne ngon da kai no focus wer kan si anywhere the tak law na mayam si da sound je ne mi mana wangang ko si direction mayam da smai chat to ni dra adum yam da loina ma handura si da loin ta ne f1 adi atoba focus da aduna mana makon yam ho na ta ne so ai da le di taro so ai le taro ba nak na le ju taro ba mta ko but f2 ji lo focus to kan every wave yam aduna f2 dem ho na ta ko aduna adugi term the oval of is kind of the oval has kai no elliptical shape to ne ellipse ne ko anyway yare ko adu lo shela ji ko ellipse ki matang and maths ki class na tam ne yam kan taro ge so sida hai ji kai no law of orbits na hai ji kai no the every planet revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit have the orbit ki shape to kai ni ba elliptical ni ba with the sun at one of its foci ka aduna haibadi kaino haibada sisi ge diagram macha mi yeke ka yam chawna yeroi sumai le ni ko and then sun ji suppose sida le ren khala je ba sida su focus am di le ni but adui focus to the kan the le tre ko sun ji sida le ni so aduna kai we have the sigi nearest distance haibam le ni ko sina sun ni ko sina planet ni so let's say this is earth so let's say again earth is the sule so nearest point ji kai ko wi khangbra nearest point ji perigi ko ba farthest point ni kai ko wi no khangde sisi apogee in power ko I think apogee hai bra and sisi na perigi hai gadra something like that ko adumain lei so adu duma khangjalo ma'am yanari ba
Yari, sir.
yari ko sisi mu khangjalo matang law of areas ko ai sisi diagrams kamain to zike habdani matha size law of areas ki amu yek pzi one thing sisi to isi challo ni ko law period si so some piece to rogeda ko masi kana law period sin next piece to ai sisi mutale area matang da kedo we have the sigi second law in ai ko area se the line joining the sun and the planet sweeps equal areas in equal intervals of time. So sigi laws in hiding is in a kind of matam da let's say kitang phasaw wala ellipse ka sisi na wen tira ta is anjan na le ta is 1 second tool lam sisi na gi ka na fine siam chin chong mon be ya ko ACC 좀 부족해 도움이네 야들이 그냥 야래 소시지 그렇고 두가 아이네 파메시 그냥 할다 시기 서클지 부르가 마지 flatten 더가 온도게 도니까 ellipse yes so now assured until nalen ka posta assured Rosan okay lower I can tore ko class le lower ha ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯥꯡ ꯃꯈꯥꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯧꯇꯥ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯖꯦ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯀꯣ ꯌꯥꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯐꯥꯏꯟ ꯑꯩ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯅꯪ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯗꯧꯅꯤ ꯏꯍꯦ ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯤ ꯆꯤꯡꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯦꯖꯔ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯤꯁ ꯃꯥꯏꯅꯔ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯤꯁ ꯆꯤꯡꯒꯦ ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯆꯤꯡꯉꯔꯣꯏꯒꯦ ꯀꯩꯕ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤꯗꯣ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤꯗꯣ ꯀꯩꯕ ꯂꯦꯠꯁ ꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯅ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯩ ꯂꯩꯗꯣꯏꯕ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯟ ꯂꯩꯗꯣꯏꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯔꯊꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯁꯤ ꯁꯤꯗꯁꯨ ꯑꯔꯊ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯁꯣ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯁꯟꯁꯤꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯦꯄꯣꯖꯤ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯅꯛꯄꯁꯤꯅ ꯀꯩꯕ ꯄꯦꯔꯤꯖꯤ ꯀꯣ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯁꯤꯅ ꯂꯦꯠꯁ ꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯁꯟ ꯂꯩꯔꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯁꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯁꯣ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯅꯦꯠꯁꯤ ꯑꯔꯊꯁꯤ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯅ ꯁꯤꯐꯧ ꯆꯠꯂꯦꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯅꯦꯠ ꯑꯔꯊꯁꯦ ꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯅ ꯁꯤꯐꯧ ꯆꯠꯂꯦꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯅꯦꯠ ꯑꯔꯊꯁꯦ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯁꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯂꯦꯠꯁ ꯁꯦ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯁꯟꯁꯤ P1 ꯗꯩꯅ P2 ꯐꯧ ꯆꯠꯂꯦꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯥꯅꯦꯠ ꯑꯔꯊꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯆꯠꯂꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯆꯪꯕ ꯇꯥꯏꯝꯁꯤ ꯗꯦꯜꯇꯥ टी टाइम ꯆꯪꯉꯦꯕ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯅ ꯁꯤꯐꯧ ꯆꯠꯄꯗ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯏꯀꯣ टाइम्स नाउ अदु माना कईगुंबा सिदैना सिबौ चटलेन खलजेबा अदुदसु दुम डेल्टा टी चंगेबा टाइम्स यंताबरा प्लैनेट सिना p3 देना p4 फौदा same planet tunico it could be earth it could be uranus it could be jupiter it could be mars or venus it doesn't matter so kedo we have the sidadi kedo we have the magi area zi sigi area ziga chap manani bu ko हाइबदी हाइनिंग पोजी कईनो है मतमदा मुन्न ताउको नोइदे सी स्क्रीन जिंगा साइ खंजलमने बापो एउद्रे सरना हाइनिंग पोजी कईनो है मतमदा the line joining the sun and the planet sweeps equal areas in equal intervals of time हाइबदी same time the same area sweep तौनी हाइबनेबा sun ga planet का join तौरिबा line सिना same time delta t चप मनरगदी same area sweep तौनीबा औदी सेम एरिया स्वीप तौगे हरगदी सिदने याम थुना चत यारोबा नक्पनिना को एरिया से चावरकना कइनो मा तेलेदना तेलबनिना एरिया से चावनबा अदु सि लापनिना एरिया से सिगी चांग चसलुरगदी सिदैनि सिबु चसलुर एरिया तत्ता चावकनेबा अन मा लाप कांद तपथरकनेबा कइनो एरिया से माननबा ज्ञान ताइ को आइजा अन सिगी लाइन से सन ग प्लैनेट का मोइनी समजनरिबा लाइन सिना स्वीप तौगद्रिबा एरिया से while moving in the orbit को sweep towgadu areas in managani habaneba if the time periods are equal have the sweeps equal areas in equal intervals of time on equal interval like equal time da they will sweep equal area habaneba now sigi si kai de la ino khangbra ma'am sigi conservation of kaino angular momentum neba avna noina conservation of angular momentum l is kaino l is r cross p natra or L have z L vector have z kaino I omega vector have z I so aduna kaido we have matam da nang na first ki da yenga so R c am pictra R p avani na p chokhalakani have the linear momentum di tangential oi ka ana linear momentum chokhalakani kan na yang na parakane ba R ji pick panina and then R ji chawraga di p ji pilakane ba aduna R ji chawra distance am lapaga di p ji tapna ungakane ba di magi path ta chatliba kaino da magi revolution da mai orbit chali pato less work kaneba ko haidi magi linear momentum or magi velocity tapakane natragana I omega has moment of inertia is mr square ne on r do pick pani na I ju pillar ne moment of inertia p agadi angular velocity chawkhala kaneba moment of inertia I ji chawragadi angular velocity picture kaneba aduneba so aduna sigi posi conservation of linear momentum de la ineba ko and law of area service is an application of curry conservation of angular momentum never yabra ma'am
Yes, sir.
yai ko kay no mi mapan tara mo yaro kalam kumuti si kay no to
Yes, sir.
yai ko okay fine kanano ma kino to is kanano Lakshyo Prithvi Ras Saita Bose Christina Anjali who else kanano ma class left to gre kanano I recall to dre to is Kingston or Malika Kings Nikhil Tabra library libra Kingston ke do class ke to gre no my phone praktawera okay library the live ka Kingston ju libra sir Nikhil de yara ge hoi sir okay anyway yeah fair so see adu the first law second law ji yare ko gyan tare ko loine ma aduna haining ita sir na haining is kind of the sun is one of the foci the laini have the focus ani du ko aduna id let's say this is f1 and let's say so ida amaga laitani f2 so sun laitu is f1 the laiba ma f2 the laiba ma adu aina laini ba ko ani du marta so that's it now let's do the third law one second ka the I think don't know third law is law of periods saiba ko ai kamai capital the ka so law of periods in kai hai matam the square of the time period of revolution ka of a planet of a planet around the sun ka of a planet around the sun guys the square of the time period of revolution is directly proportional to the cube of the semi-major axis and high ka si law si kitang pragtabani to the cube of the semi-major axis ka US the semi and my American English study but again here British follow the one semi ka so semi-major axis ka aduna hai bidi that is ngasai t square is a time period it is directly proportional to a cube and a semi-major axis aduga amtanga tauge ngasai gi da sir na haining is habdo dum tang option gi compass ka chakra si lere ka si lere and then si lere ka so si changra si cancel tau tho aduga si ina ellipse ki shape to thamo si da pura aduga vertex sambu singo and then czu minus chingo aduga cz kitang mapasa na bawale ka aduna idu thamo yare ka aduna cc kaino habda sidaina c bauzi 2a ne ba ka major axis se aduga kedoba c gi mapaze sidaina C posina kaino C sina 2b neba 2b ka so C2A is kaino have the 2A C major axis ko ba length of major axis haita this is major axis yare ka and 2b sina kaino 2b sina minor axis adu gadi semi major axis har gadi 2A gi tangkhai di kaino sidain si bodang ka let's say si vertex 1 ni si na vertex 2 ni this is the center on a V1 then C it is A C2 V2 C then a V2 pose A ne ba ko ana aduga total B1 to B2 sina 2A sang wa taraga di tanghai du di kai sang ani A dang sang ani na ana adu A cube to mana ne ha ba ko so adu iwani now sigi pot ai soidam gi proof tawrakani ba ko hauzik ti taw gi roge mai kana ba kitang wali but hayeng gi class the proof tawge ko na tranga si class nang ga di but ai ngasi nang ni thade earth satellite takpa matam da proof tawrakani si je ko so aduna sigi potsi sarna proof to soidam ki tawrakani tawdabu yaroi ko earth satellite takpada time period of revolution do adu do magi distance do have the center of the earth ina satellite ki distance to gi cube that directly proportional OFG masamatan the time period puthorok dang yaw thoksarakani ko formula da aduna adu powdang li ngairsi so Kepler's law takpa loire mathang the universal law of gravitation tawji ka natraga question hot kisara question book ya user bazano question 4 5 6 question 7 ka 7 khatang ni universal law of gravitation ga take ani take ba ka adu ga tawzi aduna universal law of gravitation in already class 9 dagi class 8 dum tammaga la avne ba ka una kesu yam kaino dugadam na te ka so universal law of gravitation ka so noi hana khangak pa yaubra kanam kumaktre universal law of gravitation ji hana de ki khangba mi yaubra so khangbudi khange do haiba talle dura haibi kai je dura kana da hang sige lakshmi khangbra universal law of gravitation je lakshmi tadraba
tay sir.
universal law of gravitation ji khangbra
Khang.
khangi ka Saitabos khangbra
Khangi sir.
khange bu ka Hayam Juna khangbra
G M1 M2 by R square tawda.
very good F is equal to Z m1 m2 by R square tawduni mani ka so then ka kaino taromani ka sigi law of gravitation ji jun id it's one of the most precious gift of Newton to mankind ka or humankind so law of gravitation yam phajaba law ni so mana haiji kaino habda mass ani ka mass ani bu leiraba let's say the mass am leire another mass am leire let's say magi mass m1 ni and magi m2 ni adu oiba taragadi aina kedo let's say the distance between their centers is let's say this is r let's say this is d1 guys or let's say this is d distance d ne khala jeba ka adu oiba taragadi adu regadi the kedo we have matam da sigi mass 2 ze kanana chingnev the f2z1 na chingneva sorry mass 2z mass 1 m2 body 2z body 1 na chingneva and then body 1 jizu kanana chingni 2 na chingni buka genta rise on 2z1 na chingni and 1z2 na chingneva aduga ani z kaito we have the equal and opposite oinani buka so f12 gi kedoba magi is equal to minus of f21 haineva natragana kai have the f12 magnitude ni ko f21 magnitude to the minus yaw ko natragana noina sumaina haigera natragana anima lautok anima haining dagana sumaina dum hairsu yai ko so cg sumaina lei ko auna kaida we have the universe that every mass is attracted by every other mass and akoina universal law of gravitation da kaida we have the we will consider only two masses the binary system ne wasigi law je ko so the moini sida third mass yawren kala je m3 sir m3 ga di tawna m3 ga su force of attraction lai ne but m3 ga with respect to m1 or with respect to m2 hai ne ba ko habdi amuktang da ahummak ti tawroi ba ado amuktang da ahummak to by superposition nom da la ani ba ko angna amumuk nei na da di ani ni jura se ma nei na ne ba can I go atopa layers atopa do launching another but mana m2 na khare hena chingre duna m3 dai khara wat na chingage ka du leite ba ko m2 laigera m1 laigera m infinite laigera loina ma kadum chingna dune m1 che or m2 che or mayam do loina ai tare ko ona every mass is attracted by every other mass in the universe ko ana adugi force ki formula z Newton na kamai pyramid F is directly proportional to m1 and F is directly proportional to M2, the direct M1, M2 hierarchy, and F is inversely proportional to distance square. So sig is in sumaina khalas UI, F is directly proportional to M1 by D, F is directly proportional to M2 by D. Au the ani punjalaga the F is directly proportional to M1, M2 by D1, D2, D the chapanam D square. Kaina khalas UI because in a different perspective no apamba do dum khalu. So together we have the season of Wayne Fabra. Okay. M1 by D, this is M2 by D. And then season nakanda thamo ka. Aduna together we have the F is directly proportional to M1, M2 by D square. F is equal to the universal law of gravitational universal gravitational constant or just K gi mo tayo Z na thame ko si M1 M2 by D square na sumay laka din ibo ko. This is known as universal law of gravitation. Yare ko. There's so much in ahead yes. Yare so as you can we have that C is in again see the yar was Z gi value Z can have the 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 haraga Newton haraga kedoba meter square per kg whole square and lakani ka si som lakpai. So gyan tabra si se ma'am gyan nun tabang amra si pobudi
Tai.
sir.
tai ka
Tayo, sir.
adu sir kenom hang ke ba ko je kitang tricky ba question am hang ke ba tricky ba question ji kai no ha matam da kanna ne hena kanna jingjan ni ani ji da m1 ne hena kanna jingjan ga dra m2 ne kan jingjan ga dra
M1 hena kana chinchen.
kai gi no
Madi big maje M2 je saubnina
m2
sing
je saw ba ni m1 massage ni m2 je na kanna jingjan do ba ko okay Christina gi answer adu do ko atai di hairo hairam juna hairo m1 ga m2 ga m1 ne m2 jingjin ba ga m2 ne m1 jingjin ba kana kan jingjin ne
M2 ne M1 hena kan chingchen doi ma.
kai gi no di m2 ne saw ba ni na tra okay fine atai di set boss hairo
Sir, M2 na hina chingchan gani. M2 na M1 chingchan gani hina karin gani.
adagi atai hairo nikhil prithviraj hairo nikhil budi library le
Sir, M1.
aina haibdo force ki rom dagi yenga haiba.
ka 1 second hello saja hairo I kena le class le arjun oibra audi okay pare text oin tharo message oin tharo tame kai baji kido kai baji kido Christina gido soigreba m2 ne chawuni ne m2 ne kan jingjin ne ba
Natte sir aina haibdo force ki term dagi haiba.
aduni force ki tam de
Force lom dagi yenga.
force lom da yengbada m1 ne kan jingjin ne ba
M1 je M2 je saubnina kana M1 gi force to.
adu chawne ba ka m2 jingjin by force to okay atai haji kido kai do ba nikhil prithviraj saro
Sir, M1.
m1 ne kan jingjin ne ba ka m2 ja maro nata bro yes prithviraj
Sir.
mane ba ka lakshmi haro lakshmi
Sir force animal chap mana ba mat.
force ne chap mana male ba ka anjali
ꯑꯁꯤ M1 M2ꯁꯦ ꯁꯥꯏꯖꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯗꯣꯏꯔꯣ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯔꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯔꯣ?
size manadi m1 na pa m2 na chaw
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯐꯣꯔꯁꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯁꯇ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯗꯤꯄꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯣꯏꯔꯣ?
khangdi sat sir na hangi je m1 ne m2 jingjan ba ga m2 ne m1 jingjan ba kana ne kan jingjan ni
ꯑꯩꯁꯨ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯗꯧ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤꯅꯣꯗꯤ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ.
chap mana do mala kai gi no di khangde ba ka okay fine sir hanga ge ko question ja newton je kai do wi have matam da newton na mana cm pambi mai makhung da ma phamaga mana wakhan tawringai dai tare ko cm am tare mai makuk ta tagera mai nakan da tagera doesn't matter cm am tadi tare gravity jingjala cm si suppose sir gi cm lai ni ko 1 second yam sanana cm lai me auna sigi cm je tare hai tare ko keno sida keno is like kai dana ne boy like am thau one friend okay at last ni ko yam pare natra suppose sigi cm je sidagi ke do ba tare ba ko tare ba cm je cm swine tare ba adu di ke do ya matam da same zina Pithivi chingchaleba Pithivi na ju same ji chingchaleba earth na ju apple ze attract awi and apple na ju earth attract aweba. So let's say apple ki mass na mass 1 neng khala je ko apple mass na kai m1 earth ki mass na kai m2 m2 ge m1 ge kana na hele
M2 na.
M2
na.
hele kai you know the M2 zina earth nen low reba M1 the apple nen low reba. So M1 ge M2 kana na hena kan chingchali sa
M2 na hena kan chingja.
M2 ne hena kan chingchali ko
M2.
apple je earth ta saleba earth ti apple ta salakteba natra mani ko yarbo ma'am
Yeah,
actually adu la leba noi kai you know have noi noi da kai da we have the misconception ama lei ko mi khudi adi sum aduna ne adu gi matang du ne ba sir na harak du ji ko apple di earth ta sali earth ti apple da ta salakte aduna earth ne apple chingjan buduna hena kana chingjali apple na earth chingjan ba budi ne noi khalam ne ba dan khanra khali ko
Kali.
khalleba adu la leba ko adu la le du kai you know have du sir harak ba ko it is because kai no ha matam da let's say sir wa ma haige sigi for example let's say pot am lay ren khala jeba sigi sida kai doba sigi sida apple am lay ba apple sida ina force am pi reba adu di kai dobi apple si move to weba ko aina sigi same force se asigi maning gi wall sida pi reba wall si move to gadra
Rồi.
tawroi kai dobi move to roi dena wall da kai you know the wall gi kari wall has
Stick.
greater kai no inertia
Inertia.
inertia yam chaw wall je ado ai gi kunna natabida ai je transformer ma olaga chawam olaga wall je push to wall leng kane gyan ta right ja ai je kane achaw giant thamo oira ga wall push to sala kan adun ta budi kaino matam da apple je lengan bada aina force am pi ado sigi same force na nung achaw ma leiren kale adu nung pi push to chatta bu ya leng oi ko aduna ta budi kaino matam da ngasai gi kedoba apple na earth chingjan baga earth na apple chingjan baga ja according to the universal law of gravitation chap manei bani je sir na already sida ire to f1 ge f2 ge magnitude chap manei ba adu sir apple na earth ta salaga earth na apple ta salakti kai you know apple di mass am pick paina kai pm mani inertia yam pi eba apple has very kari kai do small kari inertia of the apple is very small as compared to the inertia of the earth earth ti mass yam chawni na kai yam chawni inertia yam chawni ba aduga sir na noida kai haigi ha matam da noina sir na noida hanjan sigi potsi keno tawbuni ko haidi haigram ni mamang da mass haiji kaino physics da classical mechanics da mass ki definition ji kaino noi class ang nai ne yaw ba kanam yaw dru ba ji ba mass ki definition ji kaino
Measure of inertia.
very good ka mass ki definition si Lakshmi very good ka inertia measure of inertia ne ba mass haise measure of inertia ne ba inertia is measured in terms of mass inertia ga mass ke jab mane ba yan da bra inertia is mass chaurige inertia chawi synonymous terms ne ba aduga rotational inertia duna koina moment of inertia ko ba translational inertia duna mass ko ba inertia is mass ne ba mass chaurige wall je mass am chawai ne force same force apply to the wall the leng mo ba but apple di pick pain leng ne ba adain to no same force apply to the apple du tarakani earth la oeba earth taro oeba gyan dai ta de gyan tar bu ta da bro
Tai sir.
tai ko
Right,
sir.
aduna kai do we have the akhoi misconception na malai do earth na apple je na kana chingjali apple na di earth to kana chingjande adu leite ba force chap mane ba inertia khena bai ne ba apple di inertia yam pi ba kai no di mai mass yam pick pani na earth ki inertia di yam chawe ba earth ki inertia di kai no kai mai mass as compared to the apple damadam chawe ba it has huge inertia and adu force macha masu du no earth to lengan mangam moe ba inertia yam chawe ko gi earth ki but apple du di mass yam pi na force macha na dum ching mangam me ko adu force du di chap mane ba amana ji hende amana ta de equal in magnitude opposite in direction pau pau nei pau de pau nei ko
Paunay.
aduda amuka sigi sida sir sigi sida akoina Newton gi third law ngasai first law second law third law du aduga manana sida su panba yabra hargadi m1 m2 da tawragadi m2 na su m1 da panba yan ta right adudu oibra na hargadi yes adudu oi ko amar haidi force si pair da legaduni ko aduga adu force and easy balance to gadra hargadi tawroi ko because they act on two different bodies haidi na put am the push over or same put am the opposite action they push over or opposite action the pull to na gibuga sigi force ga mana deba because adu the same body the push to or same body the pull to give never sida to is na kaino body am the push body am the push or body am the pull body am the pull ana they will never cancel out they will never kedoba the force and is balance out sungto to they will never balance out adi balance to was yaro because even though they are equal and opposite balance to we have a yaro kay you know have they act on two different bodies and sigi misconceptions is usually liner baneba equal and opposite or cancel out to mani guy no because they act on two different bodies sir naning is kyan tabra
Sorry, sir.
tai ko adi sisi mayam yam common mistake oi beni ko sir na stress to is sigi area sida adum adugini yare adudi question solve towards ko aduna okay fine yare ko acceleration due to gravity ama hapsan jira sidage yes acceleration due to gravity ama ga hapsan lage ko question solve to no ina okay fine line pagat pa male ko now acceleration due to gravity akoina kai khangi have the force have ji kai no let's say f ko chumnagi f kai hajiga okay fine f fm has natragana f ko okay chumne hairage f is equal to kedoba fg kana hairage ko due to gravity ata so f ti kaino have the ma neva assume na kaino f to have the capital G m1 m2 by again let me use the kedoba earth ka mass I'm going to get the mass of the earth mass of the body divided by radius of the earth the earth ki kedoba this is the earth and this is the radius of the earth and has a mass and so this is m and this is me yare ko awna kedoni am tam mem by re square le ni ko adudi kedo we have the c m ga masam tong kaksa graba and c a is in z ne lo yare ko this is equal to capital G me by re square ne ko so this is the value for acceleration due to gravity ne awna acceleration due to gravity kedo ba on or near the surface of the earth haitare ko and sigi pochinang na value myam si lo put toxin matam da 9.8 meter per second square tai so which is approximately equal to 10 meter per second square tai because z ki values so on a z ki formula heading mass of the earth is fixed ni radius of the earth is fixed ni aduga universal gravitational constant is fixed ni aduna acceleration due to gravity is fixed never aduna habidi kaino have the sarna let's say sorry sarna ko acceleration due to gravity aduna sarna keno mahageba azik azik no idea kamaina kano thosige table yabu yadu khangde let's say toge ko noida kamain to so to zige have the maybe so the toning ko so 1 second Motile. Can you see this table? No, you cannot see. The table is uramaro ino ko. Tuna table is ureon ko. Okay, fine. You can see this table, right? So see table is the yengo ko. Tango toke ko. Now, here we have the acceleration due to gravity. Is kai hoige is the constant oi ko. Auna sir na na. Here we have the sir na zik sigi chi eziga sigi like siga sidai thada give ko. ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯏ acceleration due to gravity ꯁꯦ constant ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯇꯥꯔꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯇꯥꯅꯤ ꯇꯥꯔꯣꯏ ꯇꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯇꯥꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯤꯔꯥ ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯇꯥꯅꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯇꯥꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯆꯦꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯇꯥꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ
ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯅꯍꯥꯟ
ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯅ
ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯇꯥꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤꯗꯣ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯨꯀꯣ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯇꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ acceleration due to gravity ꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯜꯂꯖꯥꯔ g constant ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯨꯀꯣ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯩ ꯃꯍꯨꯠꯇ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯗꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯇꯥꯏꯑꯦꯕꯁꯦ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯇꯥꯏꯑꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯤꯗ ꯆꯦꯁꯤ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯊꯝꯒꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯊꯥꯗꯒꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯆꯦꯁꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯂꯩꯍꯧꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯇꯥꯃꯤꯟꯅꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ
ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ
ꯊꯥꯗꯔꯒꯦꯀꯣ
ꯇꯝꯃꯤ
1 2 3 ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯇꯥꯃꯤꯟꯅꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ
ꯇꯥꯃꯤꯟꯅꯩ
ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯊꯥꯗꯔꯒꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯇꯥꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯖꯁ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯛ ꯖꯁ ꯀꯩꯝꯇ ꯒ꯭ꯂꯨ ꯅꯨꯡ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯦꯀꯣ ꯀꯩꯝꯇ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯊꯝꯕ ꯈꯛꯇꯪꯅꯤꯀோ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯥꯗꯕꯗꯅ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯇꯥꯃꯤꯟꯅꯩꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯄꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ acceleration due to gravity ꯁꯦ constant 네ꯕ ꯁꯤ ꯆꯦꯁꯤꯒ ꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯁꯤꯒ ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯇꯥꯐꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯑꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯇꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ viscosity ꯑꯅ airꯒꯤ drag ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯌꯦꯕ airꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯅꯣꯏ fluidsꯇ ꯇꯝꯃꯛꯀꯅꯤꯕ fluid mechanicsꯇ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛꯁꯤꯒ ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯒꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ viscosity ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ viscous force ꯂꯩꯕꯩꯅꯦꯕ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ vacuum ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯁꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯌꯣꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯥꯗꯕꯒ feather ꯑꯃ ꯊꯥꯗꯕꯒ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯇꯥꯅꯦꯕ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯏ ꯇꯥꯗꯦ ꯇꯥꯏꯀꯣ
ꯇꯥꯏ ꯁꯔ
ꯇꯥꯏ ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯔꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ okay let me share the screen ko aduna sirna ne hainingi kaino habada acceleration due to gravity di constant ne ba ko g gi kedoba g gi value is 9.8 adum oi aduna nangna suppose glass chamber ma glass na khajale aduga gas in pamam to loi lauthuyeba air ampo yaundreba adu manung da yot amaga feather amaga yandabra thadayeba or natraga ju samma ga haise natraga lasing mafon macham ga yot chawam ga thadabda chap manan ta ne ba ni do chap manana lasing nu ko na ta horoiba but kaigum nungsit yargadi adudi viscous force viscous drag ana ma lei ko aduduna maram or lasing du tapna tarakani amaduna kana adi paitharakani but air sumai leitraga chap manan ta mina ne ba ana sigi ji evaluate koina viscous force yaudabida putho ine ba viscous force leiti ana neglect orga aduna 9.8 tabai wane ba kayuma neglect aduju hapa targa budi adudi dum very tawrani body manner so sir na haning ji kyan tabra ma'am
Tại
Tái
sao?
sir.
like so that's it now the acceleration due to gravity at a height h at a depth d adudi kona tawzi ka question hot ki hana ka question gra hot si na tragadi yamna keno in chalani so first ki question ji ngo kaidoba question number 1 the kinetic energies of the planet in an elliptical orbit about the sun at positions A, B, and C are Ka, Kb, and Kc respectively. AC is the major axis, and SB is perpendicular to AC at the position of the sun S, as shown in the figure. So find the Ka, Kb, Kb, find the relationship between Ka, Kb, and Kc. Have the A the labor planet to give magi yang by chang to kinetic energy I mean half mv square never but mass to the same planet in my mass to launch up money because the legera mass the constant ni velocity to the manaroy A the labor C the labor B the labor current mana quite yang ni haro
A다 ꯂꯩꯕꯅ
quite in nak physical you did not A or dineva A na quite in no I mean A then quite young and quite up to Jinakanadano
C
di laptop di tappeba kaino di sarna zikito sisi application of law of areas never and it strips equal areas in equal intervals of time have di kaino laptop di area do kitang su id kedoba yang na chapya deba ko tapna salakani na agana yang na chakaneba ona ka will be greater ka will be maximum kc will be minimum and kb jina marakta leni adu di kai tare kaino kanam ko mukti option A B C D kai target
B
B ꯇꯥꯔꯦ
B है B D है कनु B को B for ball यारे को
B
कहीं D है को मान यार इतो B नत्रो B for boy यारे को
B
okay fine यहाँ लजी को B तारे Question number 2, a planet moving around an elliptical orbit is closest to the sun at a distance r1 and farthest away at a distance r2. If b1 and b2 are linear velocities at these points respectively, then the ratio b1 by b2 is an have a cost. So seizing amgadra lubaman brusher tawzira knowing amgadra haro. Kanam kumuktre. Tabro ngamni buka. Okay, fine. So ngamoide mi yaw brusher na hotsira holoisira hotse haiba yaw gade hot kadene hainaro Lakshmi Harimjuna Prithviraj Saitabos Nikhil Christina Kingston
Yani, sir.
Yarniya Lakshmi kaiba
Yarni, sir.
Yarni buka. Okay, fine. All right, so if b1 and b2 are the linear velocities at this point respectively, they adu di kai ta dena answers b1 by b2 is kai ta dena.
B ta dena to sir.
Option number B ta dena travel ka. Okay, fine. So asim di hola ka L1 is equal to R1 P1. Okay, RMB MBR or let's say R1 P1, which is equal to MB1 MB1 R1. L2 is equal to R2 P2, which is equal to MB2 R2. L1 should be equal to L2. It implies kind of I've done MB1 R1 should be equal to MB2 R2. Aduna B1 by B2 should be equal to R2 by R1. So option number B sarnam sangna budi hotle. So noi maraktagi haiba mi ma'am loinama ngammani haire ngammar haibji ikai jei kana khallaga leiba yauragasu and solve tore. So sisi loinama gyan tahobra.
Tai, sir.
Okay, fine. Let's move on. Live question either. Question number 3. The figure shows elliptical orbit of a planet M about the sun. The shaded area SCD is twice the shaded area SAV. If T1 is the time for planet to move from C to D, T2 is the time to move from A to B, then kayo ito noy. Haro sis noy ngam gadra ngam moidra sir tawzira noy ngam gadra hainaro.
There's a lobe areas in a truck.
Mane, go very asking. T1 do twice if the kado shaded area twice or time yeng o dum noy khalo do haro. Ngamni ngamoy haro ngamoy hadi sir tawdin. No response. Kayo kanam ko magsis.
Sir.
Tawza. Okay. The figure shows elliptical orbit of the planet about Kedoba, the sun and the shaded area. SCD is twice the shaded area SAV. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, ako'y na kay kangi matamda SCD is equal to kay ba twice SAB niya. Okay, fine. Now, adu iba targadi kay no matamda it abadi kay no habida sige si ay na kamay na habi ay habida ka. SCD is twice SAB. Aduna, let's say T1 is equal to twice T2 haraga adum answer budi tar over ka. It sweeps equal areas in equal intervals of time. And I have the area area is A1. A1 of this is equal to A1 ka. SCD is A1 ka. Okay, fine. Do I know how kitang puzzle mong the combine torga presentation puzzle ji ke jine khali ka. No in again tana A2 jine si jine. Now kaida we have matam da A2Z 2 times of A1 auna kaigumba A1 z the time z T1 changba taragadi A2 the time kai changane 2 times of A1 natra auna 2 times of T1 changoidra changni ko auna kaidongni ha matam da T2 is equal to 2 times of T1 yaudra C to D have C to D is T1 have ko aduragadi yes A1 A1Z 2 times of A2 ni ainto is for chumra SCD then SCD is A1 aina sida is for ko nai ko sum thoroke aham bagi sina achobane ba aduna A1 is 2 times of A2 he khawbuga soigre A1 is 2 times of A2 hai ko so A1C SCD ki area C this is equal to 2 times of A2 neba 2 times of A2 neba ko A1 da T1 changba taragadi A1 do A2 da T2 changage A2 da ko answer budi nga sign na tare ko da kino to ba A2 da kaigumba time do T2 changeba yadudi A1 do 2 times of A2 ni na 2 times of T2 changane ba auna T1 do kai changane 2 times of T2 T1 do 2 times of T2 so option number B is the right answer gyan tabra ma'am
Sir.
Tayo, sir.
equal area
Tayo, sir.
adune haisi equal area da equal time change have never double area or double time changoi do that's it auna c is the time do T1 do T1 do 2 times of T2 kai you know the A1 do 2 times of A2 oibanina T2 do 2 times of A1 adum oizarne masana so this is law of areas ne wasi gyan daita de tai ko
Sir.
okay
Hoy, sir.
question number 4 the period of revolution of planet A around the sun is 8 times 0b the distance of A from the sun is how many times greater than that of B from the sun kai si ngamgadra ngamadra haro sa haro question number 4 no response Hayamzuna ngamgadra ngamoidra
Ngam man din daw, sir.
ngamdaw man di tawsiro ka
Sir,
okay
tawse.
tawsiro ka okay so CCM live question ni time period ka distance ka ni auna koina kai khange the t square is equal to k times of r cube higher get distance ka d cube har ji ai kai dekha screen okay the period of revolution of planet A around the sun is 8 times that of B so T1 TA is equal to 8 times TB the distance of A from the sun is how many times the RA is equal to haraga let's say how many times RV C question jineva hangisi natra adidi akoina kaida we have the TA square is equal to K times of RA cube K times of RA cube TV square is equal to kaino. Again, sisu kaino K times of R B cube. So equation 1. Answer about there. This is equation 2. The distance from the sun is how many times that of RB? Distance of A. Okay, fine. So equation 1 divided by equation 2 implies T A square by TV square is equal to K cancel sakre ka RA by RB whole cube harage. This is a whole square harage. Ito na farni. This is gyan tayo tade. Tabra tadabra.
Tai sir.
Tayo ko. Ay can whole harage. Whole harage. Kaya gino di mo ina. Kino putuwa hamni na ka. Si cube harage. Si cube harage. Si even. Si the tamge. And si the tamge ka. Ihe sorry. Ta driven sir. Yan yung answer ta lagi yung. Ana kuina kaya we have the ngasai do TA square ji kaino TA square di dum TA square thamo. TV square di kaino H square di 64 TA square le is equal to kai tare RA cube by RB cube le TA square tak kakre 1 le hore ka 1 do e da yar. Adu iba targa di mo ina puto ji kaino RA ji puto ke di kaino RB by 64. The RB cube by 64 neba. The RA is equal to cube root kaino RB by 64 ki cube root 4 natra. So RB by 4. Guys, how many times greater than that of B from the sun? What kind of? Let's see once again. The period of revolution of planet A from the sun is 8 times that of B. Okay, fine. TA is equal to 8 times.
Aski TV ki silakpay kanto. TV ki value da TA ki term da silakpay kanto. Adudo TA by 8 oy daw natro sa 64
square to
I T square jet I TV whole square diba?
Aduna 64 natro 64 TV.
ado sa T
Amtangay ko sir amta yengi. Oh TA ki mo tuin ojiba. Right. Sorry. Si sorry ko. Si sorry. Sorry. He's there. TV kari TV cube si TV cube ado mo ojadune ba do si the 64 TV square TV cube on hajali into karan di ba si ke do ba si TV square ne ba on si TV square ka crack on 64 on RA cube is equal to 64 TV cube hade ba ka RA cube is equal to 64 RB cube RB cube. Adudi kay tare have the 4 times of RB. Auna, how many times greater than that of B? Haragadi 4 tare na ko. Yarba zik kan tarba.
tayo sa
Tai sir.
Okay.
Tare sa.
Okay. Great. So aduni yam live question ni. Okay, no. Where is it going to? Yeah. So, next question. Question number 5 se paro. The distance of 2 planets from the sun are this and this respectively. The ratio of their time periods of the planets are. Ngamgadra? Ngamni ka. Doon mo ngamgadra. Hayam sila ngamgadra.
Ngamdoy male.
Ngamdoy male ka. Okay, fine. Question number 6 paro. A planet is moving in an elliptical orbit around the sun if T, V, E, and L stand respectively for its kinetic energy, gravitational, blah, 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 blah. Which of the following is correct? Kaino, T is T is kinetic energy, V is potential, gravitational potential energy, E is total energy, and M is angular momentum. Kaino conserve for it. Kallo.
Momentum na conserve with the
Kallaga hinaro. Kai tarba?
D.
D tareba ka. Okay. All right, 1 second. So, nahi kadai set krem the CC the ka. Where is it? Ka. Kaya yeah. So, kayo ni ba D ko? L is conserved, but direction of vector L changes continuously. Angular momentum is conserved. So, okay, fine. Yes, angular momentum would conserve for chumme. The direction of angular momentum is change the R cross P. Tauroi. Very good. Tauroi. Aduna option number D is la level. Angular momentum is conserved tang higher magadi chummeva. But direction to the direction come can change to can have the shumain layer, but the shumain like through kanda. Direction always angular momentum haiba. How they carry angular velocity haiba. Muize. Matagta na tramakada. Exist along the axis the line. Ang somi direction da dum chalim ne yang gera tap kera som da bu chaladi up. Adu maje amuk sumaina halaga na down. Adu kai the wave the direction of angular momentum changes continuously hagadi sumaina sumaina to lay brava. Laite dana adum asapa magi sense of kai the rotation sense of revolution hagada adum fix hoidro. Amu halak brava sumaina halakte dana. Auna angular momentum ki direction ji hong gadrava. Hong ko. Sir, I think is Gyan Tabra, Gyan Tabra, Jiki Kawabra.
Gyantai.
Taiko, angular momentum, haiba, angular velocity, have say, axis of rotation, the light, you never my directions. Gyan Taiko Adudum Kangelo. So now, Magi total energy is always negative and haibama, then potential energy V is always positive haibama, and kinetic energy conserved. Kinetic energy is not conserved. Ma amugyang kalakani ang taptharakani on kinetic energy is not conserved. Potential energy is always positive. Potential energy can never be positive, it is always negative. But total energy is always negative and high, and she is total energy is negative for any. The Sika have the city Earth satellite in a Kangni, have the potential energy minus Gmm by R ibni, and kinetic energy na half Gmm by R ibni on a 1 minus 1 plus half T minus half harga. Total energy is always negative for Evoca. So option C is the right answer. Sir, I know a pet lamba pang bami yaubra.
Thermal energy is always negative to under the heavy
Nui sir na sigi questions you in budi hazik pudi higher again no hazik tigyan tagiro ko. Unfortunately, I hazik panam explain to also. Nui the kainoma tak to wale haita aduna adu tak trigay di mo ko nui gyan di tagiro but hay pet or ko ma haige nui hay makata tara ko da nungay na ba. Nui hana kaino to ba gravitation gi atopa kani nui gi coaching da ozana school da kaida hana dai already tamako mi yaur ga budi sana haji gyan tabsu yai tabida chap chan chana ni chana mo yadre ya chana rega ko kai haba jikida potential energy is my formula is minus z m1 m2 by d neva n kinetic energy is na moi di t hai ko t formula is na kaino habata half kaidoba z m1 m2 by d neva ko aduna di total energy e di kaino habda b plus t neva aduna minus half capital Z m1 m2 by d neva. So it is always negative hai tai no isi kai karam kanta makane have the energy of earth satellites in earth satellite tam makomatam da potential energy of earth satellites minus z me m divided by re plus h oi baneba ko no happening jingbra aduga potential aduga magi kinetic energy duna kinetic energy k duna half haraga capital G me m by re plus h oi baneba ko auna ani du sum taw matam da e is equal to u plus k taw matam da minus half capital G me m by re plus h na si lakani bu ko so si gi po se noi hajik tamdri noi si hapet khangba mi yaubra kanam khangdabra
Không.
khangeba ko anjali khangeba atai di khangbra Lakshmi Heremjuna Prithviras Saitabos Christina Nikhil
Khangde.
khangde Heremjuna khangde sarna jikta hai gi myam do khangbro khangdabro
Khangde sir.
khangde Lakshmi ga Prithviras ka di
sir, khangdi khang.
khangdi khangeba ko
Yes.
Okay, fine. Pare. Sir, na talakani, don't worry. Yam live ni ko si asi yam tin live ka jane art satellite ne sir asi wo ka har kan ne. Sam live po chu comment ta mo mino ka. Anyway, yeah, next question to zika. So adu khang jalo na kai ni have the e is always negative. Yeah, next those. Okay, fine. See question is kitang hat ke or kitang post our question is. Okay. We have the question the largest and the shortest distance of the Earth from the Sun are R1 and R2. Its distance from the Sun when it is at perpendicular to the major axis of the orbit drawn from the Sun. Blah blah blah. Question paro no sir diagram yeke. Come on. Okay. Paro. Question is paro padana. Line di kitang paida to is bo. Ay sana paida line di paida gyanam ta to paida maleka. Okay, fine. Yeah, and then query na ne. Yeah, this is the Sun. This is our Sun, and sida kay daw maaisi ako'y na the largest and shortest distance of the Earth from the Sun are R1 and R2. Okay, so let's say this is our Earth, and let's say this is our earth ka this is the nearest distance ano ke doni ha matamda sarnanjan haibdo ko apposite na farthest neba sisina kai lape sisina r2 and sisina yamtina nakpasina kai neba sisina r1 then sisina r1 lape ko adu asangba arapasina kai doba r2 lape yai ko sibode question sida haija its distance from the sun when it is at perpendicular to the measure axis. Measure axis the perpendicular over matam da sun de kyam la pe ba abdi kaina the earth sina kai gumba let's say c position ji lai ren khala je ko let's say let's say this is b1, let's say this is v2, let's say this is s sun ne ko e1 e2 y0 natra f1 f higher focus ni ko s higher mo to see f higher ge and then this is in a p higher ko adi mo na puto ai kaino fp ne gyan tai ta de ma'am tabra macha to le 1 second ka so find the position of fp fp is equal to what from the figure fp distance distance from when it is at perpendicular to the measure axis of the orbit drawn from the sun and have a cause. Kananum chetarize okay. Fine. Yeah, question Z me am loine mag yar ba sigida. Gyan tai ta de.
Tare, sir.
Tare, sir.
Okay, fine. Adu oibatar gadi akoina kaido ba yai have the ellipse kine equation nama koina yengbe ko ellipse equation Z koina x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1 and ama leiba ko adagi ellipse equation da koina semi major axis ka semi minor axis ka gi relationship amaju lei semi major axis a square minus semi minor axis b square is equal to harga c square na ko magi coordinate sing do adu duma pan be yai aduna adudu akoina haziki equation ani du palaga akoina d c dum putokpa irai line ya ga doine ko so aduna koi hepet yeng si ko kai kai leigena ana aina si se hepet coordinates maming thon ge kamain thon si ge the sidagi this is the center ji o tholage o by o stands for kaino origin o stands for origin yare ko aduna Nabra origin ka yai aduna sidagi origin daina si sina a tare magi coordinate sina a ga 0 ga v1 gi coordinate sina minus a ga 0 ga aduga sidaina o daina ka adu rigade atopa diagram ma gong yekti ai center ji ma padi sadre okay zigzare ba ka and let's say c ki coordinates na kaino 0 ga b ga and c ki coordinates na kaino 0 ga minus b ga haidune ba ka 0 ga minus b ga my coordinates na yai ka coordinates aduga c ki coordinates f ki coordinates na kaino habda minus c ga 0 ga and c the zoma laiteni ka aduna c ga 0 ga oidine ba coordinates ka and c coordinates na kaino 0 ga 0 ga oidine ba ka noi si asi question di kitang kaino ne noi de khar prakta ni khange ba kaino di noi sigi si hana tamakta and match log to mi am so to song am mai se ka kaino habda ellipse kaino han tak ta yaro p ki coordinates na kayo ni habda minus c ga and my distance is d ne khala se ko adana minus c ga d by taking this distance as d ne puto ai jama ne ka and d is equal to what d ne puto sir na si de ye me am lo ne ma gyan ta ngam bra ngami ka
Sir.
aduga na kai do we have the ellipse ki am important over property am lai a square minus b square is equal to c square a is the semi major axis, b is the semi minor axis, and c is the distance of the kaidoba focus from the origin hai tare ko sigi formula jima lay aduga amana kaidowi this amana kaino have the koina x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1 haba formula ani ji lay ko si ani ji ko sinarga mana d ji puto ko dane adudi yam ko ai ji sinar ke sida x square gi mot okay sida dum easy ra challo idran pakat pone space se ko x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Now, x ki mapada ina kay loni minus c. X ki mapada minus c whole square by a square plus y ki mapada kay no d square by b square is equal to 1. It implies minus c whole square is c square dam tazare na ko. Aduna aina kaidawni ha matamda c square de muka ina mathaki sida a square minus b square na irage kaino c square is a square minus b square manaba ina ko plus a square plus arga d square by b square is equal to 1 kaino have the since minus c whole square is equal to c square is equal to a square minus b square ngaw de ko adu ibatarga d kaino have the nang a square by a square di 1 tare minus arga b square by a square plus d square by b square is equal to 1 si 1 de som pugro natragana aina pami si kaina aina pami d square natra au d square is equal to muneon ko noi mr ho tanaba muneon ai si chando mandre yani se 1 de som pugro 2 tare ko nate 1 de som pugro cancel out sakre 0 tare ko aduga c process som sakra di b square ji som sakra plus la ne ba auna b square by a square into b square butare ne di b to the power 4 tare aduna d kamaina tawni habata answer si kemto nakshalakte answer da ina side ko holisi ka adubu anyway yenga si ka makha si ji am praktai si tok thoge si space am tele whatna aduna kaidawni have the d is equal to arga b square by a root overlord kaduni no ka b to the power 4 da 1 go 1 cancel chakra no ka c som chakra d plus lani b square by b to the power 4 by yes yeah c b square by 8 tare ko now aina kaidawi ha matamda sidagi yung yenga si ko sidagi aina kai deduce to way I have do du mazu yenga si yeng si ko muneo si question ji kitang tricky oi bani aduna muneo aina kai khanbe ha matamda b z again kaidawi have the twice is aina kai khangi ha matamda twice is r1 plus r2 ne nang khangadam chumra sarnaize chumi ko si r1 ga r2 ga z twice in atro semi major axis neither sorry major axis is twice in ba the mogi matung in r1 plus r2 tare major axis ko and then minor axis cd akoina kamaina puthokani ha matamda let's do one thing b gi motaina okay let's do one thing c posena minus b square gi motain sumai yabra a square minus c square by a hai yabra yai ko auna a square d kaino habda a square d r1 plus r2 divided by 2 whole square ne ko minus c d kaino c d r2 dudagi kaidoba c dina ko c de c d c haiba pot c r2 dagi aina kaino khaidoki ba ko r1 khaidoki ba twice c de r2 minus r1 taiba twice c kaiba hairo
asi sarna R1 ga R2 ga thambije shortest sina R2 ore and largest sina R1 odo question dagi
The largest in R1 law. Okay,
Ah,
okay. Thank you. She's no Horen by Tadre no Alvin those. Yareka, and to get DC R1 plus R2, yeah, LDCC R1 minus R2 only there's a Kakana, the ya, Kakser again, Kak7 and 5. R1 minus R2, Aduna CC R1 minus R2 Tarni Buka. Hazi Pogdiki and Tariba ma'am.
Tari sir.
Tariko.
Yeah, yeah.
Aduna C square Zika in Amatam the R1 minus R2 by 2 whole square lani buka. Divided by A dikino AD R1 plus R2 by 2 nebuka. Fazay. Adu receive denominator 4 makha puthara. Aduga C2 zikakamatam the 2 times of R1 plus R2 layerni. Adu C minus nina ka. C taumatam the sidai 2 R1 R2 ga sidagi minus 2 gi plus to 4 times of R1 R2 tarni buka. C sina sumain lani. Aduna CD kay tarni have the 2 times of R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Yaubra, Yawika. Option number C is the right answer. Gyan taubra ma'am, C is
Tao sir.
Now, sir.
Tawika.
ah,
C question ji kitang praktavane ko. Na noi hanjan yengo. Aduga sida noi na khanga du ji kaina the C ji ma khang da ya roi. Ellipse ki equation ji ma khang da ya roi. C ji khangninga ga di sir na tonga na maths ki class ta taba. Natranga separately aina ellipse or conic section je fajan ta the class ama dum changni ko magi derivation me am C ji puthok na wona magi latest section kai ka dagi si ma'am ji loin puthokna one of the directrix ana line am leini directrix dagi koina distance ma'am ji puthokna cotton tawud adudi amuka tongana match ki but again noi de the ka oidre aduna du ma'am du hajiki oina di skip to or si aduga minus solve tawudani ma'am si si loin gyan tai ko Lakshmi gyan taubra
sir.
okay fine Prithviraj taubra
Sir, Tao.
Setebos tabra
Tao sir.
Christina
Sai sir.
Hayamjuna tai ko
Tawe sir.
Anjali su tagi ko Anjali tai ko
Tai sir.
Nikhil ga Kingston ga di cheta yaramnina noindum cheta kumo makator C ka. Let's move on to the next question. Kadai chat kre have the kuina makator C ka. Kuina to is question number 7 to question number 8 universal law of gravitation. Question number 8 saying two astronauts are floating in gravitational free space after having lost contact with their spaceship. The two will move towards each other, move away from each other, will become stationary, keep floating at the same distance between them. See question kitang tricky oi, but no try toro. Sir na tricky oi have maram lay, but question number 8 no try toro ngam gadra. Hairo kam boy dino. Option ji loina mag yadaw ka mantra.
A man.
They will move towards each other in a car. Gravitational force. Moini gi marakta laiba gravitational force na moini gi inertia du chingjan mangam gadra har gadai thajade. Aduna it will be too weak ka hai body du mass ani chong kasu chingjal loi ka. They will move away from each other. C zulale, A zulale, B zulale will become stationary. Will become stationary as kaino. Stationary as with respect to what? Have a question nama lakani buko. And again, kitang is problematic way, but they will keep floating at the same distance between them. Haragadi. C is na di kwaidena fazay according to me. Kay tagi answer C na tra D ta doine, but I did D ne na favor to. Kay no kanam ko magtiza. Answer to check to biro ma'am. C ga D ga kay tay.
So 4 oi. D do.
D oibra aduneva. They will keep floating at the same distance. Sir, na the group the video tharakibdo astronaut amna International Space Station the mana same ama pairaga same do push tawda same do push tawai madi maning hande ni tangi tharlo pa mana demonstrate tawgi mana another astronaut ama man push tawda mazu maning hanbado ko equal and opposite direction at that force ta adain to adugi da kedo we have the astronaut and is find space the float wise mo ni same constant speed am the salam bazu yaiba but moini markta laiba distance so do always constant when yadi moini with respect to one another stationary when so they will become stationary with respect to what have a question ama koina hang bada khum ninga yaw de ko aduna cg kitang vague waiba ko kitang id clear waiba what level na these ne hena fazai ko mayam lo ingyan tabra sir nining is it
Hi, sir.
right
sir.
so question number 9 simatanga torga loisal c 9 again, Kepler's third law states that the square of period of revolution of planet around the sun is proportional, blah blah blah. Where K this, if the masses of sun and planet are this, then for this, the relation between G and K is a. She's knowing Gadra. Question number 9. No response, no response. Question pari dura, par. Sim tolo shala jeng si pung jayat. Ngamdong mandre. Sir, what sira, no ito wang gadra sa signer.
Ngamdau mandi.
Ngamdong okay, fine. Sir, tawag ko do dia. Yung sida. Yam live question ni ko. Kuna F say F 5C kay gamane have the MB square R. MB square R gamane ko. And FC kay gamane have the moy gina Z M by R square gamane ko. And M R harga VD kay no have the distance by time never. Distance kay no 2 pi R never ko. Adi ngasagi orbital distance 2 pi R nila. 2 pi R by distance by time. So 2 pi R by time. So 2 pi R by T square. Well, we got 2 pi R whole square. Hetare ka. Adu ergadi kada we have the kuna D M by R. समझ लगे M का क्रे का M का क्रे अदुना capital Z का into M is equal to आएगा 2 pi R to the power 3 the 4 5 R to the power 5 ले रहे करी into इस चुम्बरा चुम्मी okay fine yang ziba so R to the power 5 and then T to the power minus 2 laibra laika the relations between Z and K दिखा जकरवा K is equal okay T square है के का makada dudi makada T square laibina ina T square की मोटा KR cube लाने फजै it's a very nice question so divided by K दबा K harga R cube लाने अदुरगदी it implies कि now the Z is equal to harga 2 pi R to the power square by M harga K to the power minus 1 Chitadra Yandaita de Taika it implies Z is directly proportional to 1 by K option number B Jitadra GMK is equal to the relationship between Z and K is F से centripetal force to mana le mv square r का and m ले रहे v square ले रहे r ले रहे t square की मोटा इन्हें के लॉसल है k r cube लॉसल है k r cube लॉसल है वेक्टर नरे r square लाए pi ले k to the power minus 1 gm so k से gm k is equal to oh okay सुमाइन तो रही को आई अदुदी आंसर तार बें gm k तारे के ना अदुदी gm k is equal to आई ने 2 pi लो जी के ना 4 pi square नहीं से gm k is equal to 4 pi square r square कहीं ना इंटर square बता जो gm k is equal to 4 pi square r में और इसी का की कदम नहीं काय दनुम square m तो ये इंजी m b square r नहीं m b square by r नहीं ये अंतुरान तौले में नुज हालत चीज़ का ये नोबा
Ay, ngasaidig tingin.
नसाइड खाली रहा खाली
Karay.
m b square by r नहीं centripetal force m b square by r ना तो हालत की दिले जी ना तो हालत की नहीं तो इस सर मीनी के दौर गया इस कोई भी है क्या अदी कई दौर है जिसे r cube है नहीं मसान r cube तिकक्तर ना r यार रोए सी r cube ना ट्रा अदी r cube से उनका करे अब दी this will become कहीं ना independent of r वगैरह नहीं चीज़ें का k to the power minus 1 सी लाने अदी gm k is equal to कई तारे जा कई तारे 4 pi square तार बा कहीं नु कलाम को मुक्ति जीवा ज्ञान तार जीवो से
Tare, sir.
Tare, sir.
ये मतलब पुकर तो जितना उंगाव ले हमनी को तो इसे कि मखादम थम जरगे GM की सीधे 2 pi उन थमने से असी की स्टेप से लोग ठोक रहे काना दिसी स्टेप से not necessary का redundant और अदुना सीधी के दो बा सीधे अंगना यारे को सीधे सितारे को अदुन नुई न मेन नुई न खंग दूसरी कहीं ना बता नुई क्वेश्चन होट पर वाट ली है ने नुई न साइ खंग दे है रिदो हाबदी कर्म कांदा कई पांदुना बद सीसी कहीं centripetal force ने बको औना दुम पान बदु खंग दे न हाइदो अदु दुगिने बको औना सिगी सिदा मागी के दो circumference so circumference 2 pi r ni na aduga magi velocity du di kay na the distance so circumference by time period oini bako which is equal to 2 pi r by t oini du khangjalu ko du yadra ma'am
Yani, sir.
Yani sir.
Yani, sir.
10 11 12 ke kazina next class to or see so I hope ngasi class inu le na dum gyan tai na lower ge ko ta ju ta ba na tro sing ke
Tare, sir.
okay
Don't
okay hazikida amtang uche ba yarbo kay heno yarbo anjali
Oh, yeah, sir.
yare ka okay fine so kenone sir na budi se hand out in ko no the soft copy in tharakani pdf in ko so anyway fine so gravity ki ngasi first part lo re so next class ta heng da san do this acceleration due to gravity at a height h at a depth d then satellite escape velocity torga aina khan ma da heng lo ni gravity je tak ko again it's a very small chapter I ta aduga solid sadum tak pa haujalani fluid sadum tak pa haujalani ko aduna class pajana chang nai na yaw bana di kana ni class ta hang bana ko khang da bodo so anyway nasi gidi thank you ko and have a good night thank you for the class everyone thank you
Good night, sir.